We have a lawsuit update regarding Alyssa Mercante's frivolous joke of a LOLsuit that I've been dealing with for the better part of the last year going on now and seems to be never ending. But we have actual conversation from the Honorable Margot K. Brody, the judge over this case. And what was presented to our lawyers today was actually, I don't want to get too celebratory. Very good news for my position in this, we'll say. I said on X, lawsuit update. The judge has not ruled on the merits of Alyssa Mercante's lawsuit against me. My motion to dismiss was denied without prejudice, meaning the court just wants more info before deciding if New York even has jurisdiction. Here's what that all means. I said, this isn't a loss. It's a procedural step. The judge is allowing jurisdictional discovery so both sides can look at the limited data to see if the case even belongs in New York. It's about where the case can be heard, not whether I did anything wrong. Now, at this point right here, there is information that I have that I am not at liberty to speak of right now because it is not publicly available, that I will say just the situation is not great for Alyssa. And I have a feeling that she understands that as well right now. We'll just say it feels like this case is turning more into Alyssa wants to find out as much as she can about me, my DMs, my emails, my finances, my private conversations, my life, my private life, everything she can. More so than any kind of defamation or harassment or anything like that. It feels like those things are kind of taking a back seat because her or her lawyers or whoever feel like there's more pertinent information that they need to try to gather from me, which is wild to me that's the focus right now, because that should tell you guys all you need to know about this case, that they don't have a case. They're trying so hard to find something to prove that they do have a case instead of, I don't know, actually just saying, here's what he did and here's why. They're like, no, we need all his secret messages to prove something, which one I can promise there's nothing they're going to find, first of all. But that's not even my concern. My concern is that they're going to try to utilize that information to get at other people, because these people that run in her circles, in my humble opinion, are fucking evil people. They will go far more than just dox you. They will threaten you. They will send things to you. They will do awful things and make you live in fear. That's the type of people that I have seen run in her circle. I said the court wants to review whether my Smash JT platforms have any real ties to New York, if any subscribers or revenue came from New York, whether I collaborated with any New York-based creators. That's it. Nothing about guilt, liability, or defamation yet. Now, this is what's curious about this is I almost feel like the judge, Margot K. Brody, is like, yeah, you don't have anything here. I feel like she understands what the case is trying to be about. She's like, but you're not providing anything that's tangible to what you're saying he did. So now they're saying we need to know how many people pay for your Wix website that are based in New York. And I was looking at this today. I didn't look up the numbers. I don't even know if it's broken down by state or whatever. I'm sure it might be if I can find that stuff out in Wix. Maybe I can. But I'm like, it might be $5 a month, maybe $10 a month. I'm like, outside of like maybe other places as well. This is again a stretch. It's probably zero, but at most 5 or 10, at absolute most maybe 15. But there's not that many people that purchase memberships on smashjt.com. So I don't know what that's going to prove. If she's going to find out that I've made a total whopping amount of $80 from my website on Wix over the past 12 months, that's going to somehow establish that I've done business in New York enough to have a court case there is wild to me. But it's a reach. And every lawyer outside of my own lawyer I've spoken to has told me it's a reach that would be laughed out of any court that they've ever dealt with. So it filled me with some confidence, but at the same time, until it actually gets dismissed or tossed out by the judge that I have, I'm not going to be doing any celebrating. Whether I collaborated with any New York-based creators. Now, this one's curious because it's like, what does that mean? So not just collaborate, because I've collaborated with people from all over the world. What's it? Just because I've been on streams with people from New York or literally anywhere, that doesn't mean I've conspired with them to harass her or anything like that. So not only will they need to find out who I've streamed with that lives in New York, but they're also going to need to find out the next step of proving that I've conspired with those people to constantly harass her behind the scenes, where there are like literal messages saying, and now at this time, we're all going to do this to go after her. It's like, no, we never did anything like that. That's not how any of this works. In fact, it's kind of weird. The internet is kind of like a natural, like if you're a piece of shit and people are content creators, people are going to make content about you being a piece of shit. And coincidentally, it all comes out at the same time because it's right after you were a piece of shit. There's no conspiracy behind the scenes on it. I said, once that limited discovery is done, my lawyer, Ron Coleman, can renew the motion to dismiss. If there's no meaningful New York connection, which there isn't, the case will likely be thrown out. And I said, to be crystal clear, no judgment was made on any allegations. The lawsuit isn't validated. This is simply the court asking for more background before deciding on jurisdiction. That's all this is. I said, I've always stood by my reporting and commentary. The truth will come out, and my constant transparency is the key. I appreciate everyone's continued support while we go through this challenging process that Alyssa Mercante is putting me and my family through. And I posted this because I am no lawyer, nor do I pretend to be one on YouTube. But this case has made me aware of legal situations far more than in my wildest streams that I ever thought I'd know about. So I got the entire document from the judge, from Ron Coleman, from the judge to him, to me. And I put the information into ChatGPT, and I'm just like, whoa, what the fuck does this even mean? Because there's a lot of words here, and I know where I'm at, and I'm not that smart. So tell me what this means. And this was the strategic takeaway at the end. It says, this is an early stage procedural ruling. The biggest implications for you are legal costs increase. Discovery means more lawyer time, potential data review, depositions, costly, but still manageable if focused. And this is something too that I wanted to bring up at this point. If this is dismissed out of New York and the judge doesn't say that she can't retry this somewhere else, then the next course of action for Alyssa, if she wanted to pursue this, would be then to file it in California and start the whole process all over again. And honestly, I wouldn't put that past her with how crazy she's been on this initial approach first. And if that were to happen, according to ChatGPT, when I was asking more questions, it said that could cost anywhere upwards between $30,000 and $80,000 in addition to what I've already paid before it even gets heard by the court. And we're already $50,000 deep into this, meaning that if she starts it all over, that's another, we'll say another $50,000. So we would be $100,000 deep into a lawsuit that had not even been heard by the court yet, which is insane. And typically that would scare me and be like, oh my God, this is going to get really expensive. But one, the community has been incredibly supportive. I've had a ton of people say, if you need more money, I got you, bro. And I've been taking the position of, I'm not pushing the fund. I'm not asking people for more donations right now. If people want to support it, please. I would definitely not say no to it. But right now, we still have about $20,000 to play with to get us to wherever we need to go with this situation. People have said if you need more than that, we got you at that point. I'm hopeful that people are if we do get to that point. But regardless of that, I'm of the perspective of I think Alyssa looked at me as a very easy target, where she's like, yeah, she surveyed the field of people, and she probably thought I was a pushover. Not only that, but she wanted to. She had a vendetta against me. She didn't like that the words that I was saying were impacting because what I was saying was truthful. And she cannot deny that. She can try to say it was mean words and it hurt my feelings. And he called me all these sorts of things. It's like, yes, things you called yourself. But apparently that's not okay. Like the mind games that this woman has played to try to justify a lawsuit to me is actually comical when you take a step back from it. But she thought I was an easy pushover. The community stepped up and completely bowled her over to the point of I think she's up a creek without a paddle right now. And I am fucking here for it. I'm like, let's fucking go. I'll go another three years. Let's go. Let's do this, Alyssa. How much is going to cost? Because I'm confident I did nothing wrong. And that this is a complete joke of a lawsuit. And whatever costs I am incurring, I'm confident that the court will see it my way and that she will owe me everything that I have paid into it. So she can keep pushing if she wants, and she will fuck her life over for the next 20 years or so if she wants to go down this road. And I've said this, and I'll say it again too. I will be ruthless and relentless to go after that money from her forever. However much it costs, whatever it takes, I will make her life a living fucking hell because of what she's done to me. So yeah, Alyssa, I hope you're happy with your decision of coming at me because I don't just bend over and take it. Number 2, privacy exposure. Opposing counsel may request analytics or communications, so coordinate closely with your lawyer to limit scope. So she's going to want to find out how much money I've made. She's going to know the subscribers I've gotten, when I've gotten the subscribers. She's going to want communications that I've had with people. And she's going to want to be able to, in my humble opinion, use that against me. Maybe not directly, because if she does it directly, that's pretty sure that's very illegal. But if it leaks to, I don't know, her buddy Airbagged and it gets out there and people start using that against me, that's going to be a very bad look. And again, I am going to use that to the fullest extent of the law to go back at her with. I don't think she realizes what she's dealing with here. I might be mild-mannered and speak nicely. What is it? Speak softly and carry a big stick or something. That's me. That's me. Next step opportunity. If the discovery shows you have minimal New York ties, you'll likely win dismissal on the second motion. And in chatting with Ron Coleman about that, he seems to be in that same area where it's like we feel good about what transpired today based off of the verbiage of what the judge passed down. It could have gone sideways. This whole thing, a wrench could have gone thrown into it, and she could have been like, no, we're here in this case. That's enough for me. Let's go. Let's move forward this. Then it would be like, fuck, like this is actually a real thing right now. That's insane. What the judge just did is like, no, we're not hearing this case yet. There's still not enough here. That's basically what I've gathered from this. And if that's what is reality, I would imagine that Alyssa is sweating bullets right now and probably having some pretty challenging conversations with her legal team. And like I said, there's already discussions going on in the background that I'm not privy to speak of right now, that I can tell you based off of the conversations that I've seen. Yeah, she's freaking out. she is 100% freaking out right now. And yep, I am not going to back down at all. Like, she fucked with the wrong guy. I'll put it that way. This is in full transparency, this is the order from Margot K. Brody. that you can feel free to read through. I'm not going to read through this whole thing. I just, like I said, I filled it into ChatGPT and said, please explain this to me like I'm a 10-year-old, because I don't understand how this all works. But Margot K. Brody goes into like Gamergate. You talk about Gamergate. She's like, what the fuck's this all? What are you talking about with this? What's this have to do with anything? What's this have to, like, there's just a lot of allegations levied at me, but no proof of anything beyond just, hey, just this is just online banter. What did he actually do? Prove that he actually did something to you. And they're having a lot of trouble proving anything right now. So now they want more information, and they want to get my communications and try to find a smoking gun, a needle in the haystack to nail me to the wall and be like, we got him. This is it. He said this. This is what we can use to hinge our entire lawsuit on against him. And I would argue, which, by the way, there is nothing, I'm confident nothing exists like that. But even if something like that did exist, it still wouldn't be an open and shut case just because it's a conversation in DMs. But that doesn't even exist in the first place. The entire case is a complete joke. It's a massive waste of money. If her lawyers are not pro bono, I could only imagine how she's paying for this shit. And the fact that she wants to keep it going, what it looks like, is impressive. I'm already 50K deep. I don't know what she's in for, but I'd imagine it's a lot. And if she wants to keep going, this could end up costing hundreds of thousands of dollars. And it might bankrupt me. It might bankrupt my family. It might bankrupt my kids' college funds. It might ruin my life. And you know what? I think at the end of the day, that's all she wants out of this. And I don't think a court is going to look very politely upon someone that just wants to do that to someone. Like, especially if they don't actually have a reason to. I'd like to think, but maybe I'm putting too much faith in the courts. We'll see. But this is the entire thing. Feel free. I'm kind of scrolling through it for people that are interested in pausing it or in slow motion, reading through all of this. That's why I've been talking and scrolling through it. If you want to see specifically what was said, here it is. But yeah, like I said, I will keep you guys posted as far as if there are any updates in the future. As of next steps, I'm going to be speaking with Ron Coleman, my lawyer, probably tomorrow. I talked to him today a little bit, and he wants to sync up again to go over some additional details and potential conversations that we'll be having with Alyssa's team, discussing what next steps potentially could be. But again, I'm not privy to say any of that right now. But I will tell you guys again, as I've told Alyssa, how many times do I have to say this to her? Drop the lawsuit. I am not going to stop. I am not. This is what she is doing right now. She's being very stubborn, and she's in for a penny, in for a pound right now. And it's like, yeah, but you're actually wrecking your own life, chasing this frivolous, stupid suit that you have nothing on. And I would almost argue the lawyers taking this case on for you should be held accountable, because they should have known that you had nothing. But hey, maybe that's just me. Again, this is all my opinion. But yeah, I'll keep you guys posted. Got to the end of this. So there we go. I will leave that one right there.